Hello, Biblical Classical community. Welcome to high school writing. This is my first high school course, so I'm really excited to present to you my writing course for high schoolers. If you've taken my elementary to middle school writing courses, then you'll be familiar with some of the concepts that I'm going to cover. Now we're going to move over to lesson 1 of quarter 1. This is Introduction to Informative Writing, and that's what this whole lesson is about. Now, in every lesson, you're going to get the biblical worldview of writing, or the biblical principle of what guides this entire lesson. And what guides this whole course is the Bible, God's Word. It is the authority on which we stand, and it is the model by which we write. So I want us to look at this beginning section here, the biblical worldview of writing. This is like an introduction to the biblical worldview of writing. And the question we should be thinking about in this lesson is, what is writing? And what is God's view of writing? Why is writing important? Why should we write? Well, writing is the art of forming letters and characters for the purpose of recording ideas and communicating them to other people. That's a definition taken from Webster's 1828 dictionary, which you can access online by searching Webster's 1828 dictionary. Let's read on. Writing is God's original idea. He's the one who came up with the idea of writing, and he's the one who created it and knows exactly what the purpose of writing is. He is the greatest writer of all time. When you think about the greatest writer of all time, there's a lot of great writers out there. But I want to start off this course by declaring that God is the best writer. And what that means is the Bible is the best writing of all time because God wrote it. He wrote the greatest story of all time and the most profound ideas ever written. The Bible, God's holy book, is a great example of writing to us. To emulate God's writing is the most important way we could write. So if anybody's the teacher here, it's not going to be me, it's going to be God. God is going to be the example of how to write well. Writing God's way with his ideas ultimately bring hope and redemption to the world. And that's why we write. We want to write to bring redemption. There's no other purpose for writing than to bring redemption and hope to the world. If your writing doesn't bring hope or reflect a redemptive purpose, then we're not writing with a biblical mindset. So what I want you to do quickly in this assignment is look up Psalm 19:7, Hebrews 4:12, Proverbs 22 verses 20 to 21, and Romans 15:4, and answer the question, what else do you learn about the biblical worldview of writing from those verses? Write those answers somewhere on your assignment. Now let's move on to the biblical principle. This is the section where I help guide you with the right focus on what your goal actually is. So this week's goal is to write an informative paragraph that reflects God's truth clearly and coherently. The truth I want you to focus on is writing helps us form ideas that are clear and exact. And the reason why this is an important principle is because when you speak truth, it's not the same thing as writing truth. When you write truth, it's more of a formal experience where you are forced to figure out exactly what words you should use to best communicate the ideas you want to communicate. That's seeing it from a biblical perspective. It helps us become clear, not only in our thinking, but also in the way that we communicate. Clear writing is a biblical standard. So if you're at all familiar with the Common Core standards of public education, you can just replace all of those, and really you don't need them. But know that clear writing is a biblical standard, and that's what we're going to measure our success with. Is your writing clear? Because if it's clear and you're communicating God's truth, then you are doing it in a way that is reflective of God's way. So again, the goal is to write an informative paragraph that reflects God's truth clearly and coherently. Now, in the skills section of our lesson, I'm going to talk about how to write a basic paragraph. Now, if you've taken my informative writing class that I do for upper elementary and middle school, this is going to be a little bit different and a little more advanced because it's a high school course here. And your paragraphs are not going to be 5 sentences, which is what we typically think of as a basic paragraph. You've got your topic sentence, your 3 supporting sentences, and your concluding sentence. But this time we're going to have supporting sentences that have more than 1 sentence. So if you get good at writing a basic paragraph on the high school level with 11 to 17 sentences, then you can consider yourself proficient in writing an informative paragraph. So the skill for this week is the purpose of informative writing is to give information about a topic. So you need to know that informative essay is giving information. It's not telling a story, and it's not trying to make an argument or give a message. This is only about giving information. A basic informative paragraph has 3 parts to it. I just talked about the 5 sentences that you would have in a basic paragraph on the elementary and middle school level, but I want to focus on the 3 major parts of a basic paragraph. And again, you're not going to just have 3 sentences or even 5 sentences. You're going to have more than 5 sentences, but these are the 3 parts you need to make sure that you have in a basic paragraph. Number 1 is your topic sentence. There are several things you need to know about the topic sentence. One of the most important things you need to know is that the topic sentence has 1 topic or 1 main idea. You're not trying to share all kinds of different ideas. It's just 1 idea that you need to identify. It tells what the whole paragraph is going to be about. If your whole paragraph is about dogs and you write a sentence in there about cats and how they love dogs, that's not going to fit because your topic is about dogs, so every sentence should be about dogs. All the sentences in the paragraph are about the same topic. The topic sentence tells the main idea in a general way. It is not specific or detailed. Another important thing you need to know is that topic sentences have 3 categories of words. So this is important to focus on because if you use these 3 categories of words, it'll be very easy for you to write a topic sentence. The first category is called the beginning words. So that would be the first few words, then the qualifying words and the quantifying words, and I'll explain that. The beginning words or first few words of a basic topic sentence should be there are many, there are several, or there are a few. So these 3 examples are examples that I want you to use in every single topic sentence for now. These are going to be the basic first few words or beginning part of your topic sentence. So oftentimes when people sit down to write, they don't know how to start. I'm giving you a starting point. So there's no excuse for how to even start. This is exactly how you should start because it's clear what you're going to say. It's the easiest and best and most clear way to start a topic sentence. You are welcome to use a different sentence that's more creative, but the most important thing to remember when starting a topic sentence is that it should clearly tell what the whole paragraph is about. So you want it to be very clear, and the examples I gave you here, there are many, is the clearest way to start a paragraph. A lot of times as a professional writer myself, I'll start with there are many. And then after I'm done with the whole thing, I will go back and try to come up with a different way of introducing my paragraph. So it's possible to use words other than these examples that I gave you, but if you use these examples, you're never going to go wrong. Let's go on to the next one. The next category of words in a topic sentence is the qualifying word that ties together all the details in the paragraph. And these are the words you're going to use: amazing, interesting, beneficial, important, great, exciting, influential, unique, special, fascinating, inspiring, etc., etc., etc. You can choose any one of these words to tell or qualify what you're saying about your topic. Are you saying it's amazing? Are you saying that it's interesting, beneficial, or important? Pick one of these, and that would be your qualifying word. The last category of words in a topic sentence is the quantifying word that tells what type of topic you are writing about. And you're going to use words such as things, factors, facts, ways, reasons, details, features, characteristics, attributes, components, parts, elements, qualities, etc. Any one of these types of words are quantifying words because they tell you what type of topic you're talking about. It's important to remember what a topic sentence does. It tells what the whole paragraph is about, and how to use the 3 categories to write a basic topic sentence. So I would take all this information and I would say there are many important things or facts we need to know about the Bible, let's say. Or I could say there are several reasons why the Bible is the greatest book ever written. Or I could say there are a few attributes about the Bible that make it a great book, something like that. So that's what you do with this information about what a topic sentence is and the categories of words that you should make sure you include in your paragraph. Now let's move on to supporting sentences. That's the second part of a basic informative paragraph. There are a few things you need to know about supporting sentences. Now, do you notice something? Anybody? Anybody see what I'm doing here? I am modeling for you how to write a basic paragraph. You'll notice up here I have there are several things, and down here I say there are a few things. Then up here I say these are the things you need to know about the topic sentence. So my qualifying word is that you need to know about this. And then of course my quantifying word is things. In this sentence, there are a few things you need to know about supporting sentences. I could change things to a word such as factors. There are a few factors you need to know about supporting sentences, or there are a few features you need to know about supporting sentences, or characteristics. That sounds better. So you see, I already wrote this paragraph, but now I'm going to improve it because things is just too plain. I'm going to put characteristics. And so I'm modeling for you how to improve your paragraph. But let's talk about supporting sentences. So there are a few characteristics you need to know about supporting sentences. The most important thing you need to know is that supporting sentences give details about a topic. So if your topic is dogs, then your supporting sentences are going to give details about dogs. All the sentences start with a different word. And this is important because you want to have sentence variety. You don't want to constantly be saying, dogs are fun. They love to play. They are easy to train. They love to go on adventures or something like that. You don't want to start with the same word. So you want to have sentence variety. And the way you do this is by using transition words or basic sentence starter words. So the transition words are first, next, last, lastly, finally, additionally, for example, furthermore, in conclusion, similarly, in contrast, etc., etc. Now you can go online and find a whole plethora of transition words, a list of transition words, but these are the basic ones that I thought would be the most helpful and the easiest to get started with. Now let's talk about the basic sentence starter words. If you're struggling to find a word to start your sentence with, and you already used some of these transition words, but you don't want to keep using transition words. That's the other thing about transition words. You don't want to use them too much, but you need a word to start a sentence and you're not sure which one you want to start with. Well, here's a list of some small words that you could easily use in any of your sentences if you want to look for a different word to start your sentence with. We have a, an, the, one, some, few, it, many, most, this, that, these, those, in, on, at, by, if, when, since, one or another, or etc., etc. Now you could also search for basic sentence starter words online, but this is a list of basic ones that will be perfectly suited. Another important factor about supporting sentences is that there are two types of supporting sentences, okay? This is the meat and bones of this lesson. Two types of supporting sentences. We have dominant supporting ideas or supporting sentences and subordinate supporting ideas. So if you have a dominant supporting idea, and let's say you're writing about dogs, your dominant supporting ideas could be that dogs are fun, they're easy to take care of, and they're friendly. So fun, easy to take care of, friendly. Those are your dominant supporting ideas. But your subordinate supporting ideas would be other details that you can add about how fun they are, other details you can add about how easy it is to train them, and other ideas you can add that tell how friendly they are. So this would be your dominant supporting sentences, and then within each one, you have subordinate supporting sentences that give very specific details about your dominant idea. So let me just read this part again. Dominant supporting ideas tell one of the primary ideas of the topic. So a dominant idea is one of three ideas for your paragraph. And then subordinate supporting ideas give information about one of the primary ideas. So you got your three primary ideas, and then the subordinate supporting ideas are about those three. I hope this makes sense. You don't have to have the same number of subordinate ideas for each dominant idea. So if you have three dominant ideas, you could have 1 to 3 subordinate ideas in each one. So let's say the first one, dogs are fun, you only have one subordinate idea. And then for the other two dominant ideas, you might have 3 sentences to explain or give further detail about these dominant ideas. So each dominant idea doesn't have to have the same number of sentences to support it. In the paragraph above, which is the one about topic sentences up here, I have 4 dominant ideas. The topic, which is here, beginning words, qualifying words, and quantifying words. So those are my 4 dominant ideas. But each of my subordinate ideas have several minor details that further explain the primary idea. You can see my topic idea has 1, 2, 3, 4, has 4 subordinate supporting ideas. Then I have this transition sentence to go into the 3 categories. For the beginning words dominant idea, I have 1, 2, I only have 2 sentences for that. For the next one, qualifying word dominant idea, I only have 1 sentence. And for the quantifying word idea, I only have 1 sentence. So you can see they have a different number of sentences. Now back to supporting sentences. The last factor is each paragraph should have at least 3 dominant supporting ideas. And I did mention that already. In conclusion, when writing supporting sentences, keep in mind that every sentence should start with a different word and tell 3 primary supporting ideas for the topic. And that's it. I hope that part makes sense. Now let's talk about the concluding sentence, which is the third part of a basic informative paragraph. There is one main thing you need to know about the concluding sentence. The concluding sentence is a restatement of the topic sentence, and it's important to know how to write the concluding sentence with the least amount of thought or creativity. Now, here you are writing a whole paragraph and you're like, wow, these are great ideas. I did pretty good. You get to the end and you're like, how am I going to end this paragraph? Hopefully it will make it really easy for you. You shouldn't have to put too much thought into it, and you don't need a lot of creativity. So the concluding sentence will have the same categories of words as the topic sentence. However, the biggest difference is that the beginning words should be the topic itself. So what that means is the topic of your paragraph should be the first few words. So in the topic sentence, the first few words are there are many or there are several. But in your concluding sentence, you're going to have the topic as your first few words. So I went ahead and highlighted that. If you have a basic topic sentence like, there are many amazing characteristics about the Bible, then your concluding sentence will start with the topic, which is the Bible. So for example, it will say, the Bible has many amazing characteristics. It's that simple. You take your topic sentence and you find the topic of that sentence, which in this particular example is the Bible, or in my example that I was talking about would be dogs, and then you use your qualifying and quantifying words after that. Start with the topic and then add the qualifying and quantifying words with the correct verb. So I had to use the word has, and in my topic sentence of this imaginary paragraph, I used there are, but I'm not going to use the Bible are many amazing characteristics. I'm going to say the Bible has. So you have to use the right kind of verb. If you follow these guidelines, you will easily restate the topic to conclude your paragraph. So those are the 3 parts of a basic informative paragraph. Now let's talk about your assignment. Okay, here we are on lesson 1 on the Biblical Classical Community website. So here we are on the Biblical Classical Community website. You're logged into your account. You're on lesson 1. Hopefully you read through the instructions here, then you watched your video, and down here at the bottom is where the assignment explanation is. So this week's assignment is to write 1 paragraph about the Bible. It should be 11 to 17 sentences long. 1 topic sentence, 3 dominant supporting sentences, at least 2 subordinate supporting sentences for each dominant idea, and 1 concluding sentence. Click on the link below to find an article with lots of ideas on the Bible that you can use. Choose 3 of the ideas from the article to write about. Do not copy sentences from the article. That would be illegal and immoral. You don't want to copy other people's writing, but you can quote from the writing if you wanted, but I'm not teaching you how to quote, and I don't want you to quote. I want you to just take the basic ideas that you have read about from this article and write your own essay. Only gather ideas. Use the assignment attached below. Plan your dominant and supporting ideas in the planning section. Write a rough draft of your essay, then check the grading and reflection section to improve your writing. So here we have the link for the article about the Bible. And here we have the link for an electronic copy of the assignment on Google Slides if you prefer to type on it. You just simply click on that and make a copy for yourself. And that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. If you're signed up for teacher feedback, then I look forward to reading your essay and giving you the feedback that you need. I will see you in the next lesson. Bye.